this Friday morning, you're watching News Breakfast. Victoria, Tasmania and South Australia are set to swelter today, with residents right across the country's southeast told to expect extreme heat conditions. Warnings have been issued in Tasmania for severe or very high fire danger as the state experiences a second day of soaring temperatures. In South Australia, forecasters say hot and dry winds pose a serious fire risk.
January records are predicted to break in Victoria today. Temperatures set to soar into the 40s in many areas. The total fire ban is in place for the state, with authorities particularly worried about the strong winds this afternoon. It's prompted a warning to holidaymakers to reconsider their travel plans to avoid being on the roads at the most dangerous times when the wind changes. And soon we'll be speaking to Victoria's State Response Coordinator. But first, let's get more detail on the weather with Nate. Over to you, mate.
Very good morning to you, PK and Lisa. Now, the heat we're talking about is being dragged into the southeast from central Australia by this trough and frontal system further south. And you can just see how widespread the heat's going to be. Plenty of purple on the chart there. Now, we've got a cool change moving through with that frontal system. That's going to crash temperatures by as much as 20 degrees in just a couple of hours as it moves through. Now, gusty winds on both sides of that change are going to create incredibly challenging conditions for firefighters. That's what's prompted the raising of the fire danger, as well as the potential for lightning. That's adding even more concern. Extreme fire weather is forecast for the north of Victoria, and as we heard, fire bans have been declared in South Australia, for much of Tasmania and for all of Victoria. Now, the winds are likely to cause some damage. We're looking at peak gusts to 100 kilometres an hour as they move through central and eastern Victoria this afternoon. That's prompted warnings from the Bureau for damaging winds as well. Now, the wind will likely pick up dust in the northwest, and places like Swan Hill and Shepparton are aiming for their highest January temperatures ever recorded. I'll have all the forecasts for you and all the details as they come in. Already parts of Victoria above 30 degrees just as we pass 8 o'clock this morning. More later on in the show.
Thanks, Nate. Well, the new US Congress is being sworn in, ushering in an era of divided government under President Donald Trump. A record number of women have been elected to what will be the most diverse Congress in American history. The Democrats now control the House of Representatives, and the party is set to waste no time trying to end a 13-day partial government shutdown. The leader of the Democrats, Nancy Pelosi, who's been sworn in as House Speaker, says she's not ruling out impeaching President Trump.
We have to wait and see what happens with the Mueller report. We shouldn't be impeaching for a political reason, and we shouldn't avoid impeachment for a political reason. So we just have to see how it comes.
Staying overseas, 5 of the people accused of murdering Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi could be sentenced to death. The Washington Post columnist was last seen walking into the Saudi Arabian consulate in Istanbul in Turkey in October. Turkey wants the men extradited to face trial in Istanbul, something Saudi Arabia has so far ignored. Officials have rejected accusations that the Crown Prince ordered his murder. The high-profile trial into Khashoggi's disappearance has now started in the Saudi capital, Riyadh, with prosecutors seeking the death penalty for 5 of the 11 charged.